tell you what's up, yeah? Last night was just hilarious. Last night was hilarious. Now, during the party, there was another type of party going on social media for Ashley's fans, yeah? These people were so happy. They were celebrating via their posts, their tweets about how their fave, Ashley, was giving Sweet Guluva space, was dancing by herself, was mingling by her own self, and was also allowing Sweet Guluva to mingle with people. Yeah? So they were busy hyping her up on social media, especially on the X app. And it was quite interesting to me, yeah. But I kind of understood why they were all hyping and all whatnot. I mean, guys, if you've been following these people's ship, I mean, for me personally, I feel like it's a boring ship. It's just very annoying ship to look at. Yes, it's a very, very boring ship. Sweet Guluva basically does nothing. The guy's just like a furniture, you know. So Ashley, on the other hand, she's usually very clingy, you know, to Sweet Guluva. And a lot of people have been dragging her that she's quite possessive. She doesn't give the guy breathing space. Even inside the house, housemates as well, they drag her a lot that she's suffocating the guy. She doesn't allow the guy to be himself or to mingle with other people. And so that was why her fans were in a celebratory mood last night. You know, they were celebrating. They were even bragging at some point that, oh, look at our fave. Look at her. She's dancing by herself. She's allowing Sweet Guluva to mingle. My fave is not a clingy girlfriend. They were just bragging. Whilst all that celebration was going on outside, what these fans were not seeing was the fact that Ashley was quite pissed at Sweet Guluva. She was quite pissed at him that he wasn't giving her attention. He wasn't coming to dance with her, right? When she moves close to him, he moves away to go mingle with other people. Now, for whatever reason, I do not know, yes. But then, after the party, boom, it was drama. It was a lover stiff. Ashley was upset with Sweet Guluva and she did not hold back. She did not hesitate to let him know. Like, she was laying it bare to this guy. That's what happened? What were you doing? What were you doing? So she was quite upset. And the guy was like, so you too, you were dancing with other people. And she was like, but every time I come close to you, you don't come to dance with me. You move away. So, and you see, their drama went on and on till late at night. Guys, till late at night, even past midnight, their drama was still going on, and they did not end up resolving it at all. They did not. It was just going on and on. And see, me, I was just over here laughing because see, the one thing that kept ringing in my head was, Chai, Ashley has shamed her fans tonight. Like, it's not easy being a hype person in a fan base. You will hype your fave. At the end of the day, they will still shame you if they want to shame you. I mean, guys, I was having such a good laugh. Yeah, but listening to their conversation, it seemed like this thing had been brewing for a while. It seemed like it goes beyond that. I think even whilst they were talking, Ashley even mentioned how when she had a fight with Nshini, how Sweet Guluva had stayed away from the fight, you know, like not really coming all out to support her. And it made me realize that, oh, wow, she's still keeping count, you know, of the number of times that Sweet Guluva had sort of, you know, just left her to sort of self-sabotage. You know, so the conversation is not over. Me, I'm still going to pay attention for the rest of today. But my heart goes out to Ashley's fans because these people really did a lot of work last night too. They really hyped. They hyped till they could hype no more. But anyways, moving away from Sweet Guluva and Ashley, ladies and gentlemen, there was a conversation between Siper and Google, yeah? So Siper was telling Google about how Jojo was being overly nice to her, because remember, Jojo had betrayed her trust by using her prank idea, you know, and she had clearly told Jojo that, listen, I don't trust you anymore. Even though you want us to go back to the way things were between us, it can never be the same, you know. So she was telling Google that it sort of felt weird because, one, you are trying so hard to be nice to me, but you have never for once, you know, pulled me aside and apologized properly and taken accountability for what you did, which is true, guys, because Jojo has refused to take accountability for her actions. And I told you all that I suspect very strongly that Big Brother set her up to that task to betray Sipesi Claire. Hence the reason she cannot properly address the issue, you know, if she was the one that had done it by herself, you know. So while she was saying all of those things to Google, frankly speaking, I was quite disappointed at Google's reaction. You know, Google was acting uncomfortable throughout the conversation. And the way she was acting like Spasicle was doing too much, you know, because she was like, oh. And then she made a statement like, oh, Spasicle has the award for one that drags beef the longest. And Spasicle obviously had reasons. She's like, no, that it's not like she just wants to beef this girl. That the truth is, she doesn't hold any grudges against this girl anymore. That she just needs space from her because the trust is broken. So Jojo should not expect that she should just forget about what she did and then they just continue singing Kumbaya like nothing happened. And then Google was telling her that, oh, that the reason why she will not judge Jojo harshly is because when she was Jojo's age, that she did worse, she made a lot of silly mistakes, that she just believes that Jojo is just being naive, Jojo is just being a child. And you know, quite frankly, it was just very disappointing to listen to Google be inconsiderate to her friend's feelings. It was more like she was invalidating Sipesicle's feelings because she's your friend and she's unbottling how she truly feels about how this person is handling this betrayal that she meted out to her. And you are sitting there talking about she's still a young person, she's still naive. I don't understand. What's she doing in Big Brother's house if she doesn't have sense? I don't get it. And sometimes there's this thing Google does. I don't know if it's because she's like the eldest in the house. So sometimes she sort of infantilizes certain people, especially those ones that don't talk too much. She infantilizes them like they're naive, they don't know anything, they're still small. I'm like, girl, if they're still very naive, do you think they're going to be in Big Brother's house? You people went through the audition process together. So the fact that she's even undermining Jojo, like, oh, she's still very young, she doesn't know what she's doing. Oh my God. See, I'm just waiting for when probably the same Jojo or the same people that she infantilizes in the house, they will kick her out of the house because it's going to be very, very funny to see. It's going to be funny. And I kind of felt bad for Sipesicle because for me, I just felt like, nah, she was talking to a wall because all of her points are valid. If I were in her shoes, I would feel the same way. You betray me, you offend me, but you have never genuinely apologized to me and taken accountability for your actions. But instead, you want to be nice to me. So your own way of apologizing is being nice to me. No, it doesn't really count. For some people, it does. But for some other people, it doesn't really count. Because there was once upon a time a friendship, a bond, a trust. So niceties and just being, you know, unnecessarily nice, it does not really cut it for an apology or for taking accountability. And that's something that an adult, a 34-year-old adult like Google, was failing to understand. And it was just very disappointing. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, moving on to the final story. This one is between Uyanda and Luzuko. Ladies and gentlemen, last night, Uyanda was quite upset with Luzuko because Luzuko was trying to use this guy for clout. It was very obvious. He was trying to use Uyanda for clout, knowing fully well that Uyanda was under the influence of alcohol. So he was going to go and tell Uyanda that the guy is too defensive. The guy is always defensive. And Uyanda said, no. What do you mean? So he did not even want Uyanda to explain himself. So because Uyanda was trying to tell him that, no, you cannot come here and tell me that I'm always too defensive. He was now getting upset. He said, see, that this is how Uyanda is. So it was more like gaslighting Uyanda, knowing that this guy is not in his right state of mind. So he was trying to trigger another banter that's going to cause some fight in the house. So Uyanda had to tell him that, dude, pick a side. It's like you cannot just pick one side. Even the issue that happens between myself, Swiss, and Ezra the other day, you were one of the people that started it. And then Luzuko was like, oh, how? Uyanda explained that I was saying that I did not want to eat with everybody. I wanted a separate meal. But you were the one that was telling me to shut up, that I should not say anything. I should keep quiet and eat the food and appreciate the food. If you people had allowed me to eat my own food, all of that drama would not have happened. And Luzuko was gaslighting this young man. And then in order to buttress his point, he went to go and call Melino, which I felt was just completely unnecessary. Just as expected, that had really, offended Uyanda, because for him, he felt like, why are you trying to bring in Melino? Why are you trying to draw in a crowd? And the people you're even calling, these are people that are on Swiss's side, Ezra's side. So what are you doing? So Luzuko brought Melino and was relaying that whole conversation to him again. Now, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. It was just very frustrating last night with the camera crew, because there were a lot of things that was happening, not drama per se, but just conversations that had a tendency to escalate to something else. And it just felt like the cameras kept on avoiding those conversations, right? And Shini was a bit under the influence of alcohol, so she was very loud last night. She was very loud. At some point she was shouting. I don't even know if she was fighting with somebody or what, but she was very loud, and the camera was not showing her. Instead, the camera was just sharing conversations about, people were having about their life outside. And for me, I'm like, come on, what's happening tonight? The camera was not stable. So with Uyanda and Luzuko's thing, we did not really hear everything afterwards. Even at some point, Uyanda was going on and on and on and on. He wasn't really shouting, but his voice was loud. He wasn't really shouting. So it was just going on and on. And the cameras refused to show us that situation. And then later on, Big Brother had summoned Uyanda to the diary room. He wasted some time before going. And then whilst Uyanda was shouting, it was Mandy and Jojo that we were looking at in the dressing area. And Mandy was saying, Uyanda. That Uyanda had told her that he was going to sleep. Now, look, he's talking to Luzuko. He's angry. And Jojo was saying that, Luzuko is being mature. Luzuko is making Uyanda look like a fool. Tyrone just came from nowhere. That I don't like the way Uyanda is talking to Luzuko. I'm like, can somebody just bundle Tyrone and put him in a trash bag, please? Because Tyrone obviously does not know the genesis of that situation between those two. But so long as Luzuko tends to gear towards their own side in terms of alliance, it will definitely take Luzuko's side. So it was just very annoying and frustrating that the camera crew did not allow us to hear the entirety of whatever was going on between Uyanda and Luzuko. But instead, we had to be listening to commentaries from bystanders. It just did not make sense. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is that for the after party. I did not really mention the party itself because nothing really happened. Nothing. Yeah, the party was boring at the start, but then later on it picked up momentum and it was a blast. Housemates had fun and all whatnot. Yes, but ladies and gentlemen, this is where I'm going to stop talking. I would love to hear from you if you had any highlights from during the party and after the party. So please share in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Thanks for watching and have an amazing, amazing day. Bye.